So I wanted to make sure and come back to you and just kind of set up and preface what these next screen recordings are going to be, because we've already gone through remarketing, right? That was one of the final lessons within your dive in section. And I told you how important it is, right? There's 45 to 50%. Some people even see 60 or 70% conversion lifts by doing remarketing, just because of the overall sales cycle and either how much expensive their product is or how much more information people need in order to actually purchase their product, right? Well, again, this section and talking about Google Analytics, it's really about getting down to the really granular nature. What is actually happening on your site? How can we really improve that customer flow and that customer experience? And one of the ways that we can remarket that we can't do within Google Ads is we can actually market according to what happened on your site. What did they do? What pages did they bounce off on? What pages did they really find likely or highly impressionable? What pages led them further down the site, right? Because there's a couple different things that are gonna happen whenever you start diving into this, right? You're gonna understand that there's certain pages where people actually spend more time on. There's certain pages where they bounce off on, right? There's certain pages where they actually lead them further into the site. The better we can identify that, that'll help both your SEO, it'll also help both your PPC paid portion, because obviously Google wants the quality of experience, right? So if they view your metrics, if they look at them, and they always do, right? They have access to everything because they're Google, right? So they're going to identify when your paid ad sends somebody to your website and it bounces off. They're also going to identify when a paid ad sends somebody to your website and they go to the second page, or they go through and they fill out a form, or they go all the way through and they convert. Google wants to see more site interaction. And that's why Google remarketing through analytics is so valuable, because we're able to tie that data back in and deliver a more specific message that's tighter to the experience that they already had on the site. So you can improve the flow. You can even actually land them back on maybe where they left off with a more quality experience that'll ensure they take that next step. So it gives them what they really want, right? We actually can layer the content and make sure that the delivery is something that's not going to be redundant. And that's what we're going to go through in these next screen recordings. We're going to go through how to set that up. We've already touched on in previous ones how to set up goals. Now I'm going to teach you actually how to remarket to those goals and remarket to those more specific touch points to improve that user experience. So again, this is something that's extremely high level, because we're also going to touch in this screen recordings about how you can remarket to your customer lists that converted off site. So I'm going to teach you how to load those lists back up in and be more targeted. We're also going to touch a little bit on expanding those audience and getting into more similar audiences based off of the people and the demographics that we already know convert on your site. So don't be overwhelmed. I'm here to guide you through the entire way. That's what these screen recordings are going to be about, right? I'm going to take you step by step how to improve the content, improve the flow, and really make sure remarketing is truly speaking to what your customers want.